Hi everyone, this is Aggie back again with ProSource Athletics YouTube channel. Today I was just kind of hanging out, got an email from one of my buddies up in the Northeast, and they said, hey man, can you help us out with figuring out when and if we should teach our kids to throw a curveball. Now these guys are coaches of a 9 and under team. So I get this question asked a lot. Is the curveball safe? Maybe. That's kind of a loaded question. I think a better question is the curveball necessary and at what age? So let me answer the first question, is the curveball safe? Most of the people that know me know my background. I was a professional pitcher for parts of 8 years. Had Tommy John surgery, as you see this nice little scar right there that ended it all. But I had a great run, learned a lot, met a lot of amazing people. And along the way, one of the individuals I met was a gentleman named Dr. James Andrews, the person who performed my surgery. And so I had the opportunity to go and talk with him about a number of things, about preparation, about repeatability on the mound, about why I was sitting there when I had taken such good care of my arm, when I was always the guy who had iced and done this and done that. And basically he walked me through why the curveball is dangerous. Now, that being said, is it dangerous because the pitch adds more stress? No. It's dangerous because you're dealing with kids who are in an uncontrolled environment, who see the ball come out of their hand, and maybe when they're working with a guy like me or someone who knows what they're doing in the backyard, they can make that curveball spin like it's supposed to, and there's no added stress to the arm. So there's no more stress to a curveball than there's a fastball and a changeup. The dangerous part comes in when those kids are on their own, when they're out playing with their buddies, when they're like, hey man, I got taught the curveball the other day and this is how you throw it. And what happens is, if that ball isn't doing the things that it's supposed to do, operating on that 12-6 hammer, as we call it, they start to manipulate the ball, they start to get their hand underneath the ball, and they start to lead with the small muscles, small ligaments, underdeveloped muscles, underdeveloped ligaments, and they start adding stress to an arm that isn't ready to handle that type of pitch. The other thing about it is mechanics. So I teach a lot of kids on a regular basis about pitching, and one of the things that they ask me once we've been meeting for 4 or 5 times, they say, can I learn the curveball? No. Here's why. Unless they're at a certain age. But here's why. With younger kids, it's because I can barely get them to do their fastball mechanics well and repeat their delivery well and get that consistent release point out front using the backside of their arm, all that type of stuff, probably 50-60% of the time. And that's in a controlled environment with an expert watching over them. So what I equate it to is video games. You look at a guy and you say, hey, level 1, you gotta be an expert at and pass before you can get to level 2 and level 3. The way I look at pitching and pitches in particular is level 1 is going to be mechanics and fastball command. 4-seam, 2-seam, both sides of the plate, learning how to do that, learning how to repeat your delivery, learning how to use your body well to take pressure off your arm and not add pressure to your arm. Step 2 is going to be the changeup. The reason we teach that is because it is a speed differential. Younger ages, you might see, let's say a kid throws 50 miles per hour, you might see a speed differential of 4 or 5 miles per hour. That's great, as long as they're keeping their hand behind the ball, they've got their wrist in the same position they would as a fastball. What I always call a changeup is a misplaced fastball, meaning it's a fastball and you just misplace the grip, and now you've got a couple different changeups you can use, but this is a real easy one for younger ages. So that's level 2. Level 3 is then where we begin to make the ball spin to break. So curveballs, okay, and how we do that properly. But we're going to teach on that. We're going to teach on proper spin. We're going to teach on proper arm motion. We're going to teach on all those type of things. But I wanted to address this today about, is the curveball really necessary? Is it dangerous? So in recap, the curveball in and of itself is not any more dangerous than throwing a fastball. Where you get into issues is, again, when kids are on their own trying to manipulate the ball, putting stress on tendons, ligaments, all that type of stuff that they shouldn't be, just to try to get the ball to break. The second part of it is look at it like levels. Level 1 is the fastball, level 2 is a changeup, level 3 is the breaking ball, and then is it necessary? Not really, not even at the highest levels. We see many guys, even in the major leagues, who sit with fastball and changeup. They might throw a little cutter up there, they might spin a little breaking ball up there, but by and large, their main 2 pitches are, fastball and a changeup, and they get major league hitters out. So if they're getting major league hitters out, I'm pretty sure you can get out a 10-year-old without a curveball. So as always, appreciate you guys. Love the questions. Keep them coming. We've got hundreds of videos coming, so on all different aspects of the game. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we appreciate the questions. Thanks so much. Have a great day.